Hello, welcome again. Today is the second day of the 30-day practice pen test. So let me open for you the OWASP Juice Shop room. So this room uses a Juice Shop vulnerable web application to learn how to identify and exploit common web application vulnerabilities. This is like an e-commerce platform. So our first task is open for business. Means what is the purpose of Juice Shop? What is it? Let's join the room. So within this room, we will look at OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities in web applications. So you will find this in all type of web applications. But for today, we will be looking at OWASP own creation, Juice Shop. The free bugs should basics or bugs should repeater are recommended before completing this room. Means 2 room are recommended. So we will however cover the following topics which we recommend you take a look at as you progress through this room. First, injection. Second, broken authentication. Sensitive data exposure. Broken access control. Cross-site scripting. Let's move forward. This is a screenshot how we find the flag. And here is a troubleshooting. If you have any type of problem, then you can look at here. It has some solution troubleshoot. Is OWASP question to answer. We have to mark as a complete. The juice shop is not working here, so we can start the attack box from here. The question mark, okay? Attack box open as a type of OS like Linux or Ubuntu. Let's go on an adventure. Here is a screenshot of Juice Shop. So before we get into an actual hacking part, it's a good to have a look around in Burp. Set the intercept mode to off and then browse around the site. So this allows Burp to log different requests from the server that may be helpful later. So this is called working through the application, which is also a form of reconnaissance. So our first question is, what is the administrator's email address? Look at the email. Click on any type of product. It will show us the email address of admin. Okay, let's move on the next question. Our next question is what parameter is used for searching? Click on the magnifying glass in the top right of the application will pop up a search bar. And we can then input some text. And by pressing enter will search for the next which was just inputted. Now pay attention to the URL which will now update with the text we just input. Yeah, we entered A. Now our query is Q because we put input A and here is showing Q is equal to A. Means our parameter is Q because we are passing A through the parameter Q. So our answer is Q. Let's put Q in the input field and press the submit button. Now our next question. What source does Jim reference in his review? Means Jim gives a review. We have to know about the reference. The review is a phrase out of a replicator. If we Google replicator, we will get the result indicating that it is from a TV show called Star Trek. So, or maybe our answer is a Star Trek. Let me search. Maybe a network is not working, so we can look at the image THM provided us. Here is the name is Star Trek. Let's put Star Trek into the answer field and hit the submit button. Let's move on next task. Our next task is inject the juice. Here are three types of injection included in this task. First is a SQL injection. This task will be focusing on injection vulnerabilities. Because there are many types of injection attacks. Some of them are injection, SQL injection, command injection, and email injection. So first is the SQL injection. SQL injection is when an attacker entered a malicious or a malformed query to either retrieve or temper data from the database. And second is the command injection. Command injection is when a web application take input or user control data and run them as a system command. It is a command injection. And our third is email injection. Email injection is a security vulnerability that allow malicious user to send email messages without prior authorization by the email server. This occurs when the attacker adds extra data to field which are not interpreted by the server correctly. But in our case, we will using the SQL injection. So, log into the administrator account. This is our first question. After we navigate to the login page, enter some data into the email and password field. तो यहाँ पर वर्कशीट का एक स्क्रीनशॉट है. हालांकि मुझे यहाँ पे वर्कशीट की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ने वाली, because we can use this query in an input field. So complete this room and move forward. So I completed this room. Only one question left because my buff shoot is not working on my system. So you can find the answer, okay, using buff shoot. In a new version of buff shoot, go to the intruder. Okay, send your request to the intruder and start attack. So this is our second day. So thank you for watching. We will meet in next video.